Do scientists believe in God? I have worked for many companies in the past. That one of the companies I worked for, one day I went to the office and we were all having a conversation. And at the time when we were having a coffee, so the subject was that we wanted to find out what we believe in, like whether we believe in a religion or we don't believe in God or whatever. So everybody starts saying, so I'm a Christian, I'm a Hindu. And this lady said that I don't believe in religion, but I believe in science. So she basically made an assumption that the science and religion are mutually exclusive. That if you're a scientist, you basically don't believe in God because you are smart, you are intelligent, and you understand everything, and you don't need God. And that's what she thinks. But if you look at the past, even now, that's not the case. Isaac Newton is one of the greatest scientists who walked on this planet. He discovered so many laws of physics, including the gravitation law. And he spent many of his latter years reading the Bible and trying to find out about God. And he believed in God. And he basically said that the more he found out about the laws of physics, that he started to find more about God. Francis Collins, you might have heard about him, that he was heading the Human Genome Project. So it's basically finding the genes in the body and doing the mapping and finding all the genes and the genes that cause diseases. And this man was an atheist, but he became a believer. And he even said that you can find God either in a cathedral or a laboratory. So he actually found some genes that cause certain diseases. He is a serious scientist and serious believer in God. So you can't say that if someone is a scientist that they can't believe in God because they are smart now. Because I hear that from many people who have done their degrees or PhDs or whatever, say, oh, we are smart now, so we don't believe in God anymore because scientists are discovering everything. But the scientists who are discovering things are believing in God. I mean, the astronauts who landed on the moon, they read the Bible. When they landed, they started with, in the beginning, God created the heavens and earth. And they read the Bible. These are astronauts. Astrophysicists, they're the one who do lots of research on planets and all these universe, space and everything. And many of them believe in God. And they say that the more they find out about these wonders of this universe, the beautiful thing, this order thing, and they are finding out how great God is. So just because they study science, that doesn't mean they stop believing God, but they are believing more in God. And you might have heard about this Big Bang Theory. The Big Bang Theory is basically, there was a dot with so much energy or something, and then it just suddenly expanded. The Big Bang is caused the whole universe. And we find order. We find order, the way how all these planets work, how all the plants work, how all these systems work in this world. There are so many laws in place. So it's not that they were created, but there are laws that govern them so that the planets go in the right path. And our human body is a complex system. And if you study robotics, you know that you have to work on all these movements and all different sensors. And human body has got so many sensors, and every parts of the body is so complex. So when scientists study these complex organs, they start to see a maker who designed it and created it. So the question is, why is that some people say that if they become smart, they stop believing God? I think the problem is this. It doesn't matter whether you're a scientist or a farmer working in a land in India, an uneducated farmer, you can believe in God. It's all about acknowledging the fact that the creation, what we see, all these mountains and rivers and the beautiful flowers and the fish in the sea, and it's like mind blowing. You can't just say that they just happen. Bill Gates is one of the richest men on this planet. He doesn't talk much about God. I think once he was asked, he told that when you look at the nature, you can't just say that just it goes by some random numbers. There must be a creator. He acknowledged it. So it's like this. Like, I'm a father. I build a nice house. And I decorate it. And I put lots of surprises for my children. They don't know it. I'm putting everything everywhere. Okay? Now my children are coming into my house. And they're walking around and they're finding, Dad, look at this. Look at that. I put it. Now they are finding out. They're basically discovering. And that's what we are doing. God created this awesome universe with all the rules in place, and we are just discovering. And we are called scientists. And there is another example, like a Play-Doh. I give Play-Doh to my children. And I'm basically giving the raw material, right? And they make little things. Dad, look at this. I made a lawn. I made that. I made a car. So that's what we do. Whatever God has given to us, we make things. We make cars. We make radios. That doesn't mean we just tell God that we don't need you. We're just doing everything with what He has already given to us. So, coming back to the question, do scientists believe in God? Some do, some don't. Do farmers believe in God? Some do, some don't. So it doesn't matter whether you're a scientist or a mathematician, a farmer, or you're a cleaner, no matter who you are. There are people who believe, there are people who don't believe. But many scientists are starting to believe in God more and more the more they find about things. So it's wrong to say that if you become a serious scientist, you stop believing God. I mean, you will have questions. We all have questions that we don't have answers for. Just because we don't have answers for some of the questions, that doesn't mean that we deny the existence of our Maker. So that's for today. And I'm basically going to explore some of the questions, like if God created the world, why is that so much evil? Why there's poverty? Why there's sickness? I just want to explore these questions in the following videos. Thank you for watching.